People say I'm toxic, and honestly, I don't care.
October Red is sponsored by SA Security. Maximum security, minimum fuss.
Here we go. A massive, warm welcome to the one and only, the Mr. CEO, Al Siesta himself. Good evening.
Good evening, my darling. I'm actually Director General because we've got CEO in the company of the different department. The Director General sounds so beautiful. It's so military. I like it.
Director General. It's all right. I had an email and it did say CEO, so I stand corrected.
It's a British version. It's all right. It's a British version. It's CEO in England, but Director General everywhere else.
Interesting. Well, we're going to get straight into it. Al, I'm on your mailing list for IBA Pro. I've been following you guys since the inception, but we've never had you on the channel to talk about it. I know you had the launch earlier on this year. So much has happened. I'm going to go back before we talk about what was embargoed until midday today.
No problem.
IBA Pro, Al.
Listen, tell me something. It's literally good enough because I'm sketching like a hologram on my video, but I hope when it's recorded back, when we're going to play back, it will be all right. Am I right?
Hopefully. It's a bit buffered. Am
Because
I buffered?
No, you are not. You are not buffering. You look perfect, but I am buffering properly. I can see it. You think it's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got enough signal. It says 5G, but anyway, we proceed. IBA Pro, man, growing rapidly. I don't like saying taking over the world, which partly true, but we are doing a very good job. More and more people joining, more and more officials, boxers, federations, gradually recognizing the greatness of this organization, going strength to strength, and with a huge plans for 2026 and a very powerful ending of this year.
Why did it start, Al? What was this start? What was the reason for it? Because sometimes it seems like we've got so many different groups of boxing. Why IBA Pro?
I tell you, because when I got offered the opportunity and it was blank canvas and I brought all my vision, everything I wanted to do my entire career, I suddenly had the opportunity to implement. So without hesitation, without any ado, as they say, I've just proceeded immediately. It was very difficult. I had to explain, I had to break it down, explain certain Western ways of doing business and so on and so forth, and the lots of cultural differences and people from all walks of life and backgrounds and nationalities in our company. So I had to introduce myself. I'm very impatient. Yeah, so very strong personality. So luckily, they had patience with me, and now it's paying off.
Umar Kremlev, then, him getting involved. Obviously, I've seen him in the pictures. I don't think he's necessarily one for interviews. I'd love to get him on the channel, by the way. But Umar Kremlev, his involvement.
He is for the interviews. He's learning English at the moment intensely. His two catchphrases is so and 50-50. I like it. Those one so he's learning English. He'll be speaking English soon. We have an English language day, which is Friday, where I work. We've got few offices: Dubai, Moscow, Switzerland. In Moscow, in the office, we've got English language only, which is every Friday, and he's doing well. What did you ask me again? Remind me, please.
Yeah,
you mentioned
why did he get involved in it? What is his passion for the sport?
He's
itself?
massively passionate about boxing. From early childhood, he loved boxing. He's been a boxer himself. He couldn't afford many things. His family was going strength to strength. He had to do odd jobs when he was very young, started to work very early, knows the streets inside out, completely self-made man. And when he became successful, he said, I want to make sure that whoever loves boxing will be helped at all levels, at the very beginner levels to the world championship levels. Since then, he kept his word to 100%. Very generous guy, loves boxing, I'd say obsessed about boxing on every level, amateur, professional, bare knuckle. He just loves fight sports, particularly boxing. He's been investing in boxing for many years. I remember him for 10 years, and 10 years ago, he has been investing in boxing already. And he's only 42, by the way.
All right, he's still quite young then.
He's very young. He's very young. He's very young. So brilliant, brilliant. He is one of the greatest leaders, very generous, very switched on when it comes to business, and not shy to invest.
Yes, and I will say that.
Without bragging on about it as well. It's very,
Listen,
very important.
I will say that because I can extend my thank you, because I know when the business first set up, I was one of them that you did invite over to the launch, which was very, very kind of him, because obviously there's lots of people in boxing. So it was nice to be acknowledged by the IBA Pro. Unfortunately, I didn't get there. So pass on my sincere apologies to Mr. Kremlev. I'm sure we'll catch up soon. But generosity,
Absolutely.
I will say, yes, he's definitely shown that.
No, brilliant, brilliant. Great man, great guy. It's an unbelievable pleasure to work with this guy. And he's a great leader, very understanding. And honestly, my dreams are coming true rapidly. Everything I can think of, every suggestion I have, he goes, do it. Do it.
So you're in a
What else can you dream of? Tell me.
Well, you can't.
Very
can
good
you?
position. Fantastic.
One of the things
I can't complain.
One of the things that I wanted to ask Al, because like I said, I get the email releases and I've done a couple of videos about IBA Pro, and I was very shocked and my eyes were on stalks. And it was the email that came through that Donald Trump Jr. was actually getting involved in boxing. I had to look at the email twice. And obviously, I think
100%.
you had an evening, and I think Manny Pacquiao was there. It was like a bit of a ceremony that you had. How on earth? And I mean, when you think, and this is just me being, got Russia and the USA, not necessarily best of friends, but coming together for the sake of boxing.
It just shows the levels of opportunities, shows the levels of influence and the connections in this world. Umar is a great philanthropist. He understands the game. He's got great relationships with many governments in this world, including United States. But for example, on the business level, Trump's foundation and Trump's vision, Trump Jr. is an avid boxing fan. He loves MMA as well. He loves fight sports. So is Umar. And they're partnering up and moving together. For example, the moving boundaries like grassroots boxing in the United States and Russia, for example, having international tournament for cadets and youth and stuff, fighting against drugs, fighting against obesity, and so on and so on. It's healthy nations. Healthy nations. This is the incentive, and boxing is a big part of it, because boxing is discipline, it's respect, takes you off the street, and you know what it's like. Once you're involved in boxing, you can't mess around, and this is the message. I'm really looking forward in their partnership, you know.
Another person that got involved as well, you've got Manny Pacquiao. Like, you know,
Yeah.
he was speaking about like his trials and tribulations, never got through to the Olympics, had to lie about his age to turn, you know, professional quite early. The thing is, it's like you guys are giving opportunities. Manny Pacquiao speaks about what happened to him, how his face didn't necessarily fit. It wasn't always about skill to get to the Olympics. It was maybe who you knew, the networking side of it. And he had to bypass that and ended up turning pro earlier. Now he's actually backing what Mr. Kremlev is saying.
Absolutely. Manny Pacquiao is a great friend of IBA.
Okay.
We have a big promotion on 29th of October, Thrilling in Manila, 50th anniversary.
Yes.
IBA Pro 11, and the Filipino government involved. Again, good friends with Mr. Kremlev, and it's brilliant. The message is clear, message is non-political, message is purely sporting. Of the United Nations should unite for the sake of sports. If there's wars, they should be in the ring, not outside. And it's wonderful. It's great. So Manny is a great supporter, and there's a huge announcement that's pending for those dates regarding Manny Pacquiao and IBA. So I can't say no more regarding that, but all I can tell you, watch this space.
Interesting. but we've got to go to today, Al. Well, it was last night. I was sat at home
Tell me.
getting ready for the day ahead, and then I had an email pop through from your PR saying embargoed. And all I saw was Itauma's going to have to wait. That was the headline. I thought, what's this? Why are IBA talking about Itauma? Then obviously read the email, and it is Kubrat Pulev, WBA heavyweight champion, because I think obviously Usyk's a super champion, going up against the former cruiserweight, now heavyweight Russian Murat Gassiev. I was like, Gassiev, apologies. Where has this come from? How did that go into place? Because we were convinced that Moses was fighting Kubrat. We were convinced. It was out on social media. It was a rumor. The
explanation is easy. It was a clerical error. And we were discussing with WBA the fight knowledge. WBA knew about the fight, about negotiations, and they knew that the contract's been signed. And the most important aspect of all of this, that Kubrat Pulev has one litigation hearing in Switzerland, and he's been granted a voluntary defense until the end of this year. And on the basis of that defense, they reached out to us, offered Murat Gassiev a fight. We made the deal. The contract's gone to the WBA, and it's just a clerical error because, make no mistake, we have huge admiration and respect for Queensberry. We love Moses Itauma. He is one of the greatest, if not the greatest talent right now. And the beauty about this, if Murat Gassiev becomes victorious against Kubrat Pulev, which I truly believe he will stop Kubrat Pulev in that fight, he is probably the only fighter that will embrace Moses Itauma with open hands. Because I know Gassiev, he would be loving it. He would love that kind of confrontation. He would love that young talent to come and test himself against Gassiev. And you know what? That fight is so unorthodox because Moses Itauma loves to fight. He is very confident. But Murat Gassiev's power, you can demolish building with his power. Do you understand? So that is it's one punch in heavyweight can decide everything. And I tell you, I've heard that as much as the beautiful, brilliant talent Moses Itauma is, he can still be hurt. He can still be hurt. And Murat Gassiev is the one who can bring unbelievable hurting. You know?
Oh, okay.
And this is the great thing about this fight. I tell you what, you put the poll, what would you like to see? Kubrat Pulev against Moses Itauma or Murat Gassiev against Moses Itauma? I can tell you 100% will say Murat Gassiev against Moses Itauma. So the answer is in the pudding, is right there. The proof is in the pudding. This is the great fight. They fight in almost on the same day. The fight between Pulev and Gassiev is on the 12th of December. I believe Moses is fighting on the 13th of December. Let's get it on next. What a beautiful negotiation that is. What a beautiful big show that is. What a wonderful young fighter is going to go head to head. Gassiev is only 32, believe me or not. He's been around the block for many years. Huh?
I thought he was older than that.
Everyone thinks because the guy been around forever.
Yeah.
Guy has been around forever. So that's why this fight is unbelievable. Obviously, taking consideration beating Pulev. Because Pulev, don't sleep on Pulev. He could upset you. He's shown in all his fights he's a competent, very, very serious competitor. Still an old fox, isn't it? You can't go sleeping on Pulev. That's why. But I do fancy Gassiev, and Itauma against Gassiev. Wow. That's the fight. That's the fight. This is no bullshit fight.
How would that work then? This is me getting my business head on. You know, Al, I've been studying the business side of boxing for as long as I've been speaking to you guys. You would potentially, if Gassiev comes through, he's the champion. He's got the belt.
Yeah.
Talk about negotiations. You've got Queensberry, and obviously Queensberry are backed by Riyadh season. How can that work for you guys to come together?
Same way is that would work to come together with Pulev's team. Exactly the same. They will reach out. We will speak. We will make a deal. will probably fight in Riyadh. Wonderful spectacle. Turkey
Okay.
would really, Frank Warren, George Warren, Francis Warren, the entire team, Itauma, and Turkey would absolutely love that fight. And it's much more interesting fight. It's much bigger commercially. Kubrat Pulev is 44 years of age.
Yeah, I know.
Abs. 44. 44. And Gasev is 32 years of age. This is the real test for Itauma. I do believe. I mean, Itauma done beautiful things to Mario Schwak, to Dillian White, but we know what he's doing. He's been built beautifully. They've done fantastic job for his career. But time to swim in the deep waters. You know? So there you go. Welcome, welcome to the stadium, I say. Welcome to the open waters. Boxing, ocean, boxing ocean. You know?
So IBA Pro would be happy should Gassiev come through. Should he come through, you'd be okay. IBA Pro would be okay to transfer and do a co-promo or over to Riyadh to let that fight happen.
More than happy. This is boxing business.
Okay.
We admire Queensbury Promotions. Frank Warren is a legend of the sport, the Hall of Famer. How can we? This is an honor for us to collaborate, to work together. Wonderful. We come together and we'll do a beautiful show. Whatever Frank wants to do with the show, he'll do it. And we will embrace. It's a great opportunity for Gassiev. And we'll see what Moses Itauma really like. I know he's an unbelievable fighter. I know. But wouldn't you like to see it? Tell me honestly.
Yeah, I would. I know who Gassiev is. I
There
know
you
who
go.
he's been. I
There
know
you
he's. That's why I thought he was older than he was, because of he's been
No,
around for
he's
quite
only
a while.
he's only 32. And that blip, that hiccup he had against Otto Wallin was only for various reasons. He didn't feel well on that day. And also Otto Wallin was working on the back foot, not really wanting to fight. As you know,
As I told
Moses Itauma is a different kind of animal. That's why that fight, the styles will really gel. The styles will really gel.
Interesting. I'm
Yeah,
interested
very
to see how that will play out. I mean, fair enough. We've got it's IBA 13, isn't it? That one. Would that be
IBA Pro,
IBA
IBA Pro 13.
13?
IBA Pro 13. Yeah,
So we'll
IBA
see
Pro
how that
13.
goes.
Absolutely,
Al,
will be my 13th show. It will be my 13th show since 1st of
Already?
February, believe me. Yeah.
That is a lot of shows. And I've got to put my hands up. I
yeah.
clearly haven't watched all of them, because 13 is a lot of shows from February.
The nice shows, some shows are very nice, great learning curve for me, but it's not my first rodeo and there's nothing that I haven't done before. So I'm having great time, I can tell you. And I will be coming to the UK to bring some IBA Pro love in 2026. I promise you.
We look forward to it. We look forward to it. But I've got to get out to one of your shows before you come over. But Al, I need
100%.
your.
Come to Dubai. Come to Dubai.
I'd
Come
love
to Dubai.
to. I'd love to.
Yeah.
Al, I've got to ask you, because of your experience in boxing, obviously recently, while you've been IBA Pro in it and rubbing shoulders with the stars and even crossing borders with politics and boxing and making friends, there's been a lot that's been happening in the UK. And one of the key things that I could say that's happened this year is Boxer have left Sky. Now, it's just your thoughts on Sky Sports being in boxing for practically forever, 20 odd years. And then Boxer leaves.
Yeah.
Now with BBC, there's so much. But what did you think about when that happened?
What you genuinely asking me that question?
Yeah.
You know, I have been for 2 years international head of boxing at Boxer, don't you?
Yes.
So when I've left, I've signed non-disclosure for 2 years.
Well,
Listen to this, for 2 years. And
Okay.
I want you to publish what I'm just about to say.
Mm-hmm.
For 2 years. And it's running out on the 8th of November this year.
I'm a bit early then.
It could get very interesting on the 9th of November.
Will you come to me first with it?
Do you understand? Yeah, because I don't listen. Ben Shalom is a young guy. He's learning the ropes. He's got the opportunity. He had unbelievable opportunity at Sky, on Sky. In my opinion, when I was there, it was almost like a biological experiment. It was almost like a reality show because the young lad, 27 years of age, got put into the big man business. And it's almost like people in the sky, no pun intended, were observing him if he survives or he fails. And it was very interesting. It was very unorthodox. It was very brave. Now the guys, I believe Ben is 32 now. He's got BBC contract. That's what I've heard. And
Yes.
the world is his oyster. I can't say the sky is his limit anymore, but the world is his oyster now, where he can go and explore his opportunities. But there's some sort of litigation going on with one of the members of the team.
Yes,
And I know the member of the team, and that guy was a biggest advocate of Ben and all his activities. That guy single-handedly possibly is the reason why the contract haven't been terminated earlier and went go on to as long it went on, you know? And I think they need to respect each other, especially Ben needs to respect his team members. Ben needs to respect the circumstances around him and let things go, look to the future, forget about the past, move on and do better. That's all. That's all he needs. He's got whole entire life ahead of him in boxing, football, anywhere he wants to do. He's got entrepreneurial brain. He's very bright, good looking, charismatic guy. Just need to move on. Simple as that. That's what I feel. That's my advice to him as a ex-colleague. You know, but if you ask me, am I surprised? Absolutely not. It was on the cards all along.
Okay. Well, that's
You know?
interesting. I will. I mean, fair enough. You've given your opinion there, but I definitely will be coming back on November the 10th or the 9th or whatever date it is, to get your thorough opinion. Boxing, Al, it does change. It's changing a lot.
Yeah.
We've had the involvement with the Saudis before. When it was a different promotional company. Eddie Hearn, was once again a pioneer, somebody that's willing to take the risks, etc. And then we obviously had Queensbury get involved to start off with Riyadh season, with the Saudis. They've umbrellaed a lot of the promotional companies now. You can see sponsored by, there's so much involvement. How do you think boxing moves forward, Al? Because it seems to be becoming more centralized.
It is centralized, but trust me, it always develops via spiral concept.
Okay.
What goes around comes around, and it comes on the circle. Spiral concept is like music. One day disco, then disco goes to rock, then funk, whatever it is, and then one day you've got funk coming back or disco coming back. Slightly different with the house music, dance music. It's just that's what it is. And boxing will be coming back, trust me, in a different shape or form, but it will be recognizable traits. Simple as that. And I can tell you, I'm really looking forward to be a big part of the comeback. And I know, because my time is now. My time was 10 years ago, but not everyone recognized it. I'll be coming back strong as a promoter, as a tastemaker, as a new face. Trust me, some sort, somewhere, one day, some network. I don't know who, but I know I've got very strong team around me. I've got great fighters, great expertise, great knowledge. I'm a bridge between East and West. Plenty of contacts. Why wouldn't you take someone like me in order to lead some sort of operation? Umar Kremlov did. So everything is ahead of us. Trust me. It's very interesting.
Who would you say then part of IBA Pro that we...
IBA Pro.
Sorry. It's the belts.
No
belts. IBA Pro.
Tell me about it.
Who would you say that we should be keeping an eye on?
Ali Ismailov, Murat Gassiev, obviously. This Georgi Kushitashvili, the guy. There are some really good guys, but these are, I'm telling you, Eastern European guys. I am intending to start signing Western talent. I've got really good eye for Western talent. We would like to sign some UK fighters, some Irish fighters, some French fighters, Italian fighters, and develop really good champions. I know exactly who I would like. I already have the list. of Western fighters who I would go and offer the contract as soon as I get some secure network.
And what do you think of the TKO boxing that's coming in as well with, I think, Zuffa boxing and, you know, potentially.
I think it's brilliant. More partners to collaborate. The more promoters, more credible people, the more opportunities for collaboration. It's like more players on the field, the more passes you can do. You know what I mean? Alongside of more dribbling as well.
So it's interesting that you look at it like more like a collaborative work rather than working against each other to be the best. Do you understand what I mean?
It would be absolutely. It would be stupid.
Boxing's been built on. We are the best.
Say for example, this Moses Itauma, Murat Gassiev, Kubrat Pulev situation. Yeah.
Yep.
Surely we will resolve it internally, and everyone will be happy, and we're gonna get great two fights out of it. I'm not sure if Pulev Gassiev that's an amazing fight, but we can test Murat Gassiev how good he really is. But the winner of that fight, whoever it is, against Moses Itauma, is another brilliant fight. Listen, the road is really long. The path is long. It's continuing on and on and on and on. You know? So it's enough for everyone in terms of entertainment, in terms of finance, in terms of business, in terms of gratification. It's brilliant. We need to collaborate. Listen, we all here because of our passion for boxing.
Yeah, true.
Falling out is so immature. Is so egotistical and stupid. It's just ridiculous. Listen, we need to work together. I'd love to have IBA against Queensbury, 5v5. IBA against Matchroom, 5v5. IBA against TKO, 5v5. You know what I mean? Or beautiful tournaments like heavyweight tournament, TKO, Queensbury, Matchroom, IBA. Put the fighters in there. Let's see who prevails. You know what I mean? Brilliant. It's wonderful.
I did mention something like that years ago. It was Johnny Nelson. I said
no brain.
The promoters were like, and their fighters going up against each other. It's something I suggested 3-4 years ago, and it was laughed out of the room. But now it's finally starting to happen.
Listen, people want to see good fights. They don't care. They just want to see good fights. They want to see it now. They want to see it today. They don't want to wait. They don't want to see this padded record garbage going on TV. I've got very good comparison for you. Do you see footballers built on the national television? No. You see Premier League. And if you're good enough to play in the Premier League, welcome to the stadium. I'm telling you. People want to see high quality competitive boxing. That's all they want to see, honestly. They want to see tear-ups. They want to see stories. They want to see proper fights. They don't want to see mismatches. Mismatch should be staying outside of the TV broadcast. You know what I mean? When you build someone, build behind closed doors. Or you obviously can build a hype train like that, but the fashion is changing. People are not interested. They're too critical. They will say that's pathetic. That's a mismatch. We don't want to see it. That's why in IBA Pro, I prefer people fight straight away 6-rounders, competitive 6-rounders, straight away on their debut. Because trust me, there are some debutants that are as good as 20-0 guys. Believe you me. Why wait? Why wait? Why wait?
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that concept. Build them behind closed doors and then push them when they're at.
Yes, exactly. Small tournaments, small stream tournaments, prospect shows, next gen shows. Hardcore boxing fans can watch that. But when you put the big boxing, when you put it to be judged by a big general public on national television or you better be good with your card, putting big competitive events or some competitive fights at least. You could have two fighters that don't have big profile, but they can really fight. And it's a great matchup. And if people didn't know about them before, they definitely will know about them after the fight. You know what I mean? So listen, no brainer. Everyone, listen. I'm kind of preaching to the choir, I know, and I'm talking cliches because any normal, cognitive, intelligent person in boxing, or not even common sense person in boxing, knows that this is the cliche postulate.
Interesting. Well, we will leave that there, unless there's, in fact, plug your next show, Al. Plug the next show, and then we will close off for today.
Next show, 29th of October, Thrill-In Manila 50th anniversary, co-promoted with Manny Pacquiao, MP Promotions. Jerusalem is in the main fight. The Filipino guy is fighting another guy. The card is so huge that I couldn't even memorize it yet, because it's a big card. I know there are two Russians fighting on the card, the WBA interim bridgeweight champion George Yunavidov fighting against Chris Thompson for the IBA Intercontinental title, believe me or not. And Vadim Tukov, number 2 WBA contender, is fighting Sena Agbeko from United States, another 8-rounder for another IBA Pro middleweight Intercontinental title. That's what I know. It will be a great card. 15,000 capacity stadium, Coliseum in Manila in Philippines, 29th of October. Probably will be live on DAZN. Maybe, let's see. So
okay, let us know.
That's my next show. That's my next show.
Okay, it sounds interesting. A couple of names that I do actually recognize, so that's good to hear. I hope it is on somewhere that we can all watch it as well, because I'll
100%
get behind it and try and do some bits on my channel for it as well.
I want you in Dubai, please, for the Gasev Pulev. Please.
Okay.
You would really enjoy our hospitality. Trust me, it's second to none. There's no company as hospitable as IBA Pro. No company.
Well, I've got to come out there to prove that, haven't I?
Speak to people that tell you. You'll be treated like a queen.
I'm
telling you that now.
That'll make a change. Listen, Al, thank you so much for your time. Ladies and gentlemen.
You're welcome, darling. Likewise.
Oh, anytime. We've got to listen, Al, I will be speaking to you in November. We're going to catch up again. We need to
100%.
catch up again. We'll keep this regular. Guys, can you please like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Leave your comments in the section below, and I'll reply to as much as I can. Ladies and gentlemen, Al Siesta. And what's your actual title?
Director General of IBA Pro.
Director General. I do like that. The Director General of IBA Pro, Al Siesta. For now, au revoir. Cheers, Al.
Au revoir.
People say I'm toxic, and honestly, I don't care.
October Red is sponsored by SA Security. Maximum security, minimum fuss.